Our agenda tonight begins with Melbourne. It is a crossroads moment in a premiership defence. The Demons have chosen to put their culture ahead of their immediate needs and suspend Stephen May from the Queen's birthday blockbuster. He flagrantly broke the drinking protocols in a concussion scenario, and then he fought with a teammate in public.
Just extremely disappointed. I know I've let a lot of people down, especially myself and the footy club.
There's no doubt we're disappointed in Stephen's actions. Absolutely, he's he's one of the leaders of our footy club. He has real understanding of what it means to drink, particularly when you're under concussion protocol. So from that point of view, we're really disappointed. He's owned it. He's spoken in front of the group today. He's let them know that he's let them down. He's let his footy club down. He's really keen to make sure that he earns the respect and the trust again of the playing groups.
We're really good mates. We have a lot of love for each other. Sometimes guys can get a little bit competitive with the banter and go a little bit overboard, and we certainly made an error of judgment in that time. We certainly didn't mean for any of this to come back on the footy club. It was something we tried to deal with ourselves, and but we've told our teammates today we're all fine. Don't feel like you have to pick sides or anything, because we're still good friends, and it was just a silly decision that we made, and we deeply regret already.
It's a poor moment that has a lot of questions to be faced by the
Ask a couple of the questions.
Well, if Stephen May was with a group of teammates and he well knew he shouldn't have been drinking in the concussion protocols, where was the strength of leadership in those moments? So personal accountability is a starting point, and then the collective buy-in. And a scuffle, as we understand it, is a pretty generous interpretation of what took place. So our reporters here at Fox Footy have been working on it, and Entrecôte has said far from a scuffle. They broke the reception desk within the restaurant, and there's more to be said if a formal apology from the club is not forthcoming.
No, a formal apology from the club will be forthcoming. I think you'll find part of the debate that led up to fisticuffs was why he was drinking on the night. So to question number two, I think a few of the players said, what are you doing? The Herald Sun's reporting tonight, Jared. I haven't read the Fox yet, but the Herald Sun's reporting it. Part of it also was a gag that Stephen May said to Jake Melksham about if he played in last year's grand final, they wouldn't have won. Which on a Sunday night at a restaurant, bit of ink in them, doesn't go down too well. Punch was thrown, started inside, ended up outside. So it's more than a scuffle. It's more than a scuffle. But these things do happen. I'm not downplaying this, OK? I'm not. These things do happen. Stephen May, from my understanding, has basically been exemplary since he's been at the Melbourne Football Club. And he's a really curious figure. You spoke about him last night as he's almost the MVP of his club, and he knows that. And it was described to me today as Stephen May is a real fabric person of the team, but he has the capacity to make an error every now and then. So it's like what you get, you take the good, and occasionally there's going to be a bad. And this was an occasional bad. Now, no one's perfect. No one got desperately hurt. A couple of hotheads got together and they spoke and they got sorted out, and the ramification is he misses this weekend. Well done for him putting out a statement, Jared, but they've got a big game of football on Monday, so there's no doubt he's let down his team. He chose to do the wrong thing when he shouldn't have done it. And he's let down the team. Yep. Now, how much does this have an effect on the team? Only time will tell that. You can actually galvanise a line in the sand, what Petrarca's saying, which I don't think is too bad. It's been blown up. The performances on the field are bigger. Maybe this brings them together. The alternative is it splits them. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think I'm in the first group.
So the confluence of events that Richmond created for itself in 2020, and they were able to bring themselves together. So what had happened with the hub, the friction with the Cotchins and the club, the kebab shop, is they lived that right in the middle of the year, and it could have gone either way. It either fractures the group and breaks down the premiership defence, or they were able to use it to come together. So that their own their self-inflicted crisis. So Melbourne have got a bit of that. There's a lot going on at the moment. 2 weeks ago, it was swimmingly cruising through the season. Today, they've got the private text messages of the former president and the current president, which unpicks a bit of the story that had been overlaid as to how all of that ended a couple of years ago. They've lost 2 games on the trot. There's the question to sharpen up now. They need Stephen May back. He can't be there. It's a public embarrassment. So from where they were 2 weeks ago to now, it's a remarkable step.
So when coaches like Simon Goodwin says at round 5, we're not getting ahead of ourselves, we're taking it 1 week at a time, and everyone goes, boring, right? Because this is exactly what can hit you around the corner. So, what? Anyway.
Tom McDonald's out of business for the majority of the year.
To me, that's a bigger story.
Yeah.
I honestly say that.
Okay, so the surgery, plate inserted over the Liz Frank, which sends a tremor through all of us, that particular injury, doesn't it? And he's, late in the season, it's his best case scenario.
It's going to be really tough to get back in because what's going to happen, someone's going to have to take that role, and it's probably going to be Wiedemann. So here we go, this is your opportunity, and if he grabs it with both arms, it's going to be hard to shake him, and especially someone's going to miss 12 weeks. Sorry, 12 weeks, where are we, around 12, 10 weeks. My God, you want to be training really good to get back into that squad. So they've got a couple of challenges off the field, but they've got a few challenges on the field with May not playing. McDonald out, we spoke about it last night. Ben Brown's in horror form at the moment. So a lot of the big, tall pillars, other than Big Maxi, who's flying, they've got some challenges.
And Fremantle's another club who's put its culture ahead of its on-field needs. Michael Frederick has been suspended from this week's game. He drank in the aftermath of Sunday night's game, so on a 6-day break. That's against the standards that they set. So his error is going to cost him a game.
Yeah, culture. Well, the Demons and the Dockers are trying to set. They're trying to live by the rules and the culture that they set themselves. If they didn't get suspended, no one would say you should suspend them. It's up to them. So they've taken a strong stance, Melbourne, on Stephen May, and they've said to young Michael, hey, I know you're going really well. It's like the coach would have said to him, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't ignore the rules of going out drinking, young man. So, I mean, it is hard for them, but they're the rules.
This is what we all agree to. Yeah.
That's what you've got to abide by.
We're going to build our
success. So he's given up the right to earn the jumper, to wear the jumper.
All right, the rest burns away in the furnace.